Just waiting for the notification. Okay. What is going on, everyone? Happy Monday. Hello, hello. It is July, and welcome to another edition of our Monday night online open mic presented by the Barbed Open Mic series here in El Paso, Texas. My name is Rich. I'll be an MC and host today, and we're coming to you live and alive in 915. And just a quick thing, if you're just tuning for the very first time, welcome. You found us. We've been here for a little while. We've been waiting for you, but you found us. So if you are just kind of here in the live stream, let us know you're here and say hello in the live chat. I'll definitely make sure to give you guys shout outs throughout the night. I know we do get a few regulars here and there, especially on Mondays, and then also a lot of people who tune in later in the week as we have the VOD, the video on demand, on our channel. But of course, if you are returning, also, of course, welcome back. And if you do feel like you've ever wanted to read something, to share something original, a poem, a short story, some kind of prose, even a cover, then now is your chance. We have a pretty thin looking list so far, but in the past when we've had this kind of list, more people start signing up throughout the night and joining us. But as always, we are in the El Paso area, so we do have a lot of events going on throughout the week, throughout the month. This week, as always, we will be on Tuesday night, downtown El Paso. We'll be at Mono Bar of Modern Art, and we continue our special summer series called Summer Vibes, hosted by Rob Nice. Rob Nice is the co-founder of Barbed Open Mic series. So he had his debut last Tuesday, or his return, I guess, triumphant return. So the Tuesday night mic sign up starts at 8 p.m. The show starts after 9. We had so many people last week that, if you want to, warning, right? If you want to perform early, you got to show up early to sign up early. But yeah, we're going to keep this thing going. Wednesday, we are going to be downtown El Paso as well for Storycraft. That is our storytelling night at Crown of Crows, and they have merch now. So hey, come through and check out what they have. And Thursday we have a debut. We have a new event called Call Time. This is a theater focused open mic featuring a workshop at the very beginning, followed by an open mic. We're gonna focus on things that might relate more so to live theater performance, but like any other open mic, we'll keep it open to other genres. In fact, there is a lot of bleed through between public poetry reading, like spoken word or slam poetry, what people usually know as slam poetry, and theater, and the kind of tools that we use, stage presence, body language, intonation, all that stuff. So join us on the 16th. We're going to be at Monteleone's Back Alley Hideout Steakhouse and Dinner Theater. That's in South Central, or that's in Central. Of course, for every single event, every single flyer, you can find it online. I am currently in the process of finishing booking our next jazz and poetry night, so stay tuned for that. And we're also going to have a special community solidarity poetry event, Poets Against ICE Raids, community resources, and that's going to be at the end of July, so also be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in, guys. We're going to go ahead and kick things off. As always, we have people joining us from all over the country, all over the world. And we're going to kick things off in Denver, as we've done many, many times before. All the love in the world for his, always being here and coming through. He also hosts a Friday salon, but I'll let him talk more about that. Without further ado, to kick things off, it is Michael Sindler. Hey, what's up, Mike?
Yeah, hey everybody. Exactly. I do want to tell you all about the open mic. It's on Friday nights at 8:30 Pacific time, 9:30 Mountain Time, and work out the rest of the globe for yourself. And it's ipublishyou.com, but it is spelled in a very unusual way. I publish an old sheep, EWE, ipublishyou.com. So all you got to do is plug that in and you can come. It's a very mellow space. Would love to see y'all. And I also just want to quickly, as always, put in a plug for lighthouseriders.org, which is just an incredible organization that has classes and workshops and community stuff, no matter what kind of genre or level you're at. So with that all said, I have really been doing very little in the way of actual poems lately. Um, but I've gotten a few. This one from last month, I guess. If zines are a crime, then what is a poem? Will there be a moratorium for the extent of the Imperium? Will the arc bend back before self-published soft covers burn? Tick tick for the old guard tossing manuscripts from Midtown to Cowtown. The powers that be don't like book clubs and they don't like tricky tongues of truth. And then pretty obvious what this one is about. Don't have a title yet, and I don't think it's finished by a long shot, but new shit. I don't have a problem with a criminal being happy about his prosecutor's death. I have a problem with the voice of a nation posting his malevolent venom officially, poor decorum, and flagrant misuse of office. I don't have a problem with being happy about a lying, hateful legislator's death, as I speak as a citizen, only saying he was an evil hypocrite, and my words will not stain the history of our nation. So I know that's like a huge mystery as to what I'm talking about. That being said, I'm going to do a couple of poems here. And these are both, as I do, not that unusually, do songwriters. And this is someone who has been a huge, gigantic, wonderful star for a long time, but she only has done one album where it's all her own songs. And this is one of them. It's called Strong Hand for June. He was a tall man, raised up from the fields out picking cotton in a hard land where the ground was poor and the wood was rotten. But when he saw her, all those bad times were forgotten. And he believed. He believed. She was the strong hand, a good sister and a daughter, looking for one man to love the way that her mama taught her. And when she saw him, she thanked God for what he brought her. She believed. She believed. And it's a miracle how one soul finds another. Just one miracle is all it took, my brother. For all I have seen them as they walk this world together. And I believe. I believe. It's a sad thing when one must leave the other and fly up where the voice rings out with all the multitudes that gather. But for a short while, down here, no song ever sounded sweeter. And we believed. We believed. For it's a miracle how one soul finds another. Just one miracle is all it took, my brother. And I will see them. Someday they'll walk again together. I believe. I believe. This, I believe. I believe. And this one's a little shorter. Oh, by the way, that was by Emmylou Harris. And the June, obviously, that referring to is June Carter Cash. So this is Rodney Crowell, and it's a song called Beautiful Despair. Beautiful despair is here in Dillon when you're drunk at 3 a.m., knowing that the chances are, no matter what, you'll never write like him. Oh, brother. Beautiful despair is why you lean into this world without restraint. Because somewhere out before you lies the masterpiece you'd sell your soul to paint. Oh, brother, what do we laugh or cry? Beautiful despair. Beautiful despair. Beautiful despair is slouching forward towards a past you might regret, all to suck the marrow out of every magic moment that you get. Beautiful despair is playing safe when once you were a rebel child, knowing that tomorrow comes and all you've done is last another mile. Oh, brother. Oh, dear brother. Oh, my brother. What shall we drink or dry? Okay, thank y'all very much. Come to
Awesome.
my open mic.
That's right. Friday Salon. We did share the link in the YouTube chat. Oh man, I love it when people leave it all out on a reading, and we definitely saw that. Appreciate that, Mike. All right, we're gonna come back to El Paso for our next performer. We have Ed Gonzalez Jedi, and I see the name right there. So Ed, when you are ready, happy Monday. Good to see you. Go ahead and take it away.
Okay, I had to unmute. That helps. So anyway, happy Monday. I wanted to bring up the BWOMS t-shirts. You can get them in all different colors. You can go to the link tree on barbed wire and get yourself a few. And then you can go down to Crown of Crows because I need to get one of those hats like the kind Richie's wearing. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. I have a few really short ones. Happy Monday. Okay, a few pieces. Okay, a few pieces and a couple of covers. Everything's pretty short, but I'm gonna go ahead and get started. This one I actually wrote during one of the. It's called "Time to Arrive" open mic, and this person was the featured writer. His name is Bernardo. He was freaking amazing. And I actually wrote this while I was watching it, and it's entitled Singular Voice, Mine. Bring the heel, that's my deal. I'm shedding my smog so that I am seen clearly by the Creator. However that looks and feels. I've been intimidated until ego kicked in and then put me in gear. We all have our own voice. Some spit fire, some feel the pulse of the guitar or the uke, the rhyme and harmonize. And we will continue to form and share to inspire and to be blown away by words. Sing your song. Sing your song. Okay. And this other one was actually another one of the open mics too. But this time it was Mr. Billy Tuggle. This is entitled My People. Was browsing and checking for open mics, and I read about a writer who posted 4 ghosts before coffee. And it reminded me of my best friend. And she said every time I would come over, she would see spirit movement out of the corner of her eye. And before she would freak out, I would say, "Don't worry, they're with me." And she would tell me, "Ed, stop talking." I have felt them with me always. I have always known because my mother was the same way. And if I ever feel separate from them, I would get out the fire pit, my tobacco, and speak my truth in smoke to the ancestors, and then once again nestled with them. Aho and aloha. Okay. And this one was from Tumblewords, prompted to why. That's the title. This was a Tumbleword by the great Kelly McAllister. The tooth lamp I would get for my neighbor who was a dental technician, but after a very disturbing clown flower, I could not come up with an idea other than purchasing all the items except for the clown and the tub for sanitary reasons. And I would place all the items on eBay in auction mode just to see what would happen. I did end up getting the clock for my neighbor and to keep the rhino for myself in my office. And my grandchildren ended up smashing the rocktopus with my new framing hammer. And the baby mask I mailed by USPS because I didn't want that sick-looking effer coming to my house, shotgun or no shotgun. Okay, that was a really awesome and crazy Tumblewords, as always, and guaranteed by Ms. McAllister. And this is the last one from the Tumblewords. Let the lamp guide you. A recent purchase of an alligator lamp. There was some discussion. Once installed, as my neighbor said, it was a crock. And I was the first one that added some discussion, then presented phones so we could look the lamp up. And of course, I denied his claim for number one on principle because he's from Northern California and they don't really know their eye from an elbow, generally speaking. It's a California thing. And next post on Facebook Marketplace, and it was labeled as the Gator lamp. So there, of course, I was correct, and Google confirmed it. And that wasn't the weird part. I set my timer alert when it was time to write, and I began after my governmental regimented quantity of psilocybin, and began to write. But I could not complete the writing because the alligator kept talking to me. It had a very foul mouth, and I couldn't repeat such language. Okay, and I got a couple. I'm going to read this one. It's just the beginning of this book I'm reading right now. I'm just going to read the first paragraph. And it's entitled Introduction, a Faulty Delivery System. Food scientists have discovered a complex compound naturally present in among other things, potatoes, tomatoes, peppers, eggplants. And the compound offers a number of benefits. It improves our fine motor skills. It increases our attention span. It improves our cognitive abilities and improves long and short-term memories. It also lessens depression. And it delays and even possibly prevents Alzheimer's. And it is decrease the risk of Parkinson's. In and of itself, it has no real downside. It's called nicotine. We should all get some. That was actually from my book, I think it's called The Chain Smoker Diary. Gosh, I got to get the name of that. But anyway, yeah, that was the beginning of it. Okay, my last one is a pretty short piece. My very good friend Chris Billings, the barefoot poet, from Schertz, Texas. The Death of an Optimist. Not to be celebrated, but forever to be considered when one such as he dies. However, how many innocents, to be sure? Not much innocent is gullible, died or suffered at the whims of his nose, seeking out posterius of power to further stain himself in a quest for influence. And so we do celebrate or mourn or simply feel anger at what he leaves behind. The shape of future generations irreparably altered by his irresponsible greed. No, not one tear I shed, and not one moment I spare with sympathy. But I can only wish for him the afterlife he forged for himself, like Marley and his chains. Okay, that was the last piece. Let's see. And I do want to, as always, ask you to spend some time, just take a few centering breaths. Sometimes that's all you need to gather yourself. I'm going to put a link here. I'm actually the featured poet tomorrow, and a Time to Arrive open mic. And it's at the same place, the I Publish You. It's going to be at 7 p.m. MST tomorrow. So hopefully you can all be there. It's the same link as Mike put up before, but it's at 7 p.m. and I'll be the features. So thank you very much.
Awesome, as always. Thank you, Ed. And I always love the way you choose to highlight people. Someone you're reading, but also just friends, people you've interacted with, not only in this space but other online spaces. And go support Ed because he supports you guys. Again, I Publish You, and I'm gonna post link again. I did post it already for Mike's, but just so you guys can see it again, so you can go check out Ed's feature. Those of you on YouTube, again, if you are on YouTube, hey, say hello. It's nice to know who's tuning in. Happy Monday. We got a whole week ahead of us still in terms of open mics, not just here, but also online if you've been listening to Mike and Ed so far. But we're going to go ahead and keep this online mic moving along. And Dan, I'm going to mute you because you are unmuted. And all right, we're gonna come back to El Paso. Well, stick around in El Paso for our next performer, because I don't think Doc's here. No, he's not. Okay, cool. But we got Robin Schofield next up in the mix, gonna share a little something. Wearing a nice new. It honestly, whoever peer pressured you to get the hat, it was worth it because it looks really nice. It's Robin Schofield, everyone.
Thank you, Richie. Happy Monday, everybody, or whatever day of the week it is for you people in the future. Let's see. I have 3 short poems of mine, and this one is kind of newish. So newish that I'm writing on it even now. Changed the title and some things. So I think I wrote it last year, sketched it in the notebook, and just retyped it. Just typed it recent. So, resolution. I am a poet of the night sky, its alphabet of stars. As a wave is subsumed by a longing for shore, I can leave the beloved, as sure as a wave receding in the sun. I see the hawk turn north. Rivoli's dark hummingbirds appear, turquoise stones from magically real Mexico. They turn south. When I leave the beloved, I look for him in the red eye of Taurus. I miss my beloved's gaze. I suffer when he turns away. When I become a migrating bird, I leave the beloved and then look for him all over the hemisphere. My cosmos and constellation revolve through the year, resolve the beloved and me together like mineral salts in water. And this is an old one that I, for some reason, don't seem to have on the new computer anymore, but at least I found a copy of it. And then something reminded me of Bigfoot recently. Sighting of Sasquatch, Upper Peninsula. He improvises a deer across the Cass River, a chamber ensemble featuring blood and fur, acoustic and electric, original composition, incendiary, genre-hopping creature, dual vision with no barrier between wild and tame, between old notions of existing and not existing. This one also is fairly new. I had a chance in Finn Bell's Tumblewords workshop to go back and erase a draft of a poem of mine, or at least circle stuff, I think it was, and draw arrows. So I knew this poem was too talky and too long, so I think I got the essence out of it. Ascending San Jacinto Peak. Sheer vertical upthrust, stony record of the violence at Earth's core, the sway of the reeling tram, as unsteady already, my feet lurch back and forth and back. In the silent forest at 10,000 feet, our steps whisper on sandy paths. The tall Jeffrey pines smell of vanilla. Large gray squirrels scurry in the flora, an absence of bird life. The stomach-churning descent of the tram, cable to cable and wheel to wheel, drops and swerves. We sing Sweet Caroline in the dark. Below, in the Coachella Valley, the ravens call from the whorls of the fantail palms as they settle by the hundreds into their nests. Today, I rose above them. And I'm going to read a cover poem because I need to practice it because I'm going to do this poem in the Tumble Words workshop on Saturday. It's called, what did I just call it? Boiling Over, Riding Through Heat and Drought. And this is called The Dowser's Ear. Everybody know what a dowser is? He's the guy with the little wand thing, finds water. This is got by Wilmer Mills, a guy I never heard of before or since I saw this poem. Empty cattle trailers rumbled dummy thunder down the road all day, and now tonight heat lightning flashes more of the same fake rain. It's just as well. I couldn't get to sleep, and now it ricochets across the sky with empty loads of light. We've had a month of drought that tightens dirt around my pond. The local wells are dry, but I've retired, threw out my wand. I hate this time of year. Rue can burn if flour sticks in skillet butter. I've been cooking up a storm myself. My daddy's filet gumbo recipe. He used to be a chef on oil rigs until the hurricane. I heard the waves that killed him, and I hear them every year. It's emptiness that fills me. That's my skill. I hear the vacant rain before it falls. It's like the murmur of a spiraled shell. Hurricane weather stewing, deep for landfall stewing, rain aplenty in the Gulf, and here in Tennessee they always have a lack of something. 2 men called today for wells. I told them both to go to hell, and now they think I'm sinful not to use my skill. They stand to lose so much, but don't we all? I lost a lot in Hurricane Camille, and even now can't hear the end of it. More heat lightning flashes, absent rain that passes over clouds, and I can make it out. Each gurgling current under withered fields, down kitchen drains. The neighbors think I'm crazy, up all hours, but they'll never know the screaming voice inside a breaker's rage, or how it simmers in my ear. I hate the sound of water. Give me one good chance to make it silent. I'd be right as rain. So if you want to hear about that poem and some more poems and write to it in Tumble Words, that would be fantastic. Tumble Words is on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, and you can hit up Kit Wren for the link. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Richie. Back to you.
All right, appreciate that. Thank you. And of course, always gotta have the Tumble Words plug. If you don't know, now you know, but also you'll find that more throughout the night. Thank you, Robin. We're gonna go ahead and move a little little east of here, southeast, at least for us in El Paso, and we're gonna go visit Sam Hardy in Louisiana. And Sam has a bunch of links. We'll make sure to get them to you. But Sam, welcome back to the show. When you are ready, we'll get you spotlighted here. Welcome back. Hey.
Hey, everyone. Yeah, I have a few new poems I've written. Let's see. Um, Trying to get my headset on right. There we go, that's better. First one is called Gardens. Flowers, sunshine, garden, trees. These are the words I found in the Poetry Hidden Word Search game. I don't often write about flowers. Mine would have hidden silence, leaving, survivor, empty. Because any garden I've ever grown, I've tended in silence, watered with my tears, and worked with tired, dirty hands. My poems don't bloom easily. They come up through hard ground. The flowers in my poems usually have scars. Every spring I find myself planting another poem. I never stop believing something will grow. Maybe hope is nothing more than planting seeds in broken soil. Maybe the things that nearly buried me became the soil. And then my next one it's called Sinselet. And what that means is the state of, not the state of, it means waiting. Or God, it's really hard to explain. Anyway, I'll just read it. You'll probably get it. It's a Turkish word. Nobody warned me that your absence would become another room in the house. One I enter every morning without opening a door. Morning arrives here long after you've started your day. I drink my morning chai alone. There's no one watching how many sugars I use. I still reach for a second glass. Then remember, there is no balcony here, no call to prayer. Love stayed, you didn't. So now I carry a full heart in empty hands. Somehow both weigh the same. This is one I just wrote yesterday, and I really like it. And I don't say that about very many of my poems, maybe a third of the poems I like. This is called The Thing About Mud. I know what loneliness is. It's deep mud under your feet, sucking you down until you can't breathe. You're sinking. The deeper you sink, the louder memory becomes. Friends who drifted away, lovers who left. You've nowhere to go and no way to get there. Sometimes you call for help in empty rooms, but no one hears you. They're all gone. And sometimes, even in crowded rooms, you still feel alone. So you ask yourself, what's wrong with me? No answer comes because there is no one there. You talk to God, pray for answers, for comfort, for someone to answer back. You make new friends, knowing time is fleeting and loneliness isn't. You're deep in the mud now, hoping maybe, somehow, a lotus will bloom. And then my last one's really short. It's called A Response to a Poem I Read and Didn't Like. I wish you could see the poem. It was really crappy. Anyway, I don't want molecular wilds. Tell me whose hand you held when the doctor said there was nothing left to do. Stop asking me to decipher tendril tips when I'm more interested in what makes your heart beat faster. Don't tell me the mineral dark maps a matrix. Tell me where your mother is buried. Tell me why your hands shake. Tell me where your heart lives. Tell me the thing you have never said out loud. Show me depth, not obscurity, because heart has never needed a dictionary. Anyway, it was a really horrible poem. I wish I could show it to you, but I don't know where it's at now. Anyway, that's all.
All right. Hey, thank you, Sam. And I went ahead and did share your link tree there for everyone to check out on the YouTube live chat. Again, if you guys are tuning in, welcome to our online mic. That was Sam Hardy out of Louisiana. The link is there. Check it out. A couple other links as well. I published you. It's on there twice because we have two people who read or doing events this week. Featured reading and then hosting on Friday. All right, but we're gonna go ahead and keep this thing moving along. What's going on, everyone? All right, coming back to El Paso, the EPTX, where we've got Mr. Monday Night. He also hosts last Thursdays at Old Sheepdog in person. It is Kit Wren. So, Kit, when you're ready, go ahead and take it away.
Hey, hello everyone. Hello to those of you in the future, and hello to those of you watching live. Enjoying your time. I'm gonna do two of mine, and then three of mine in one cover, because I have something different planned for the cover. But we're not gonna get ahead of ourselves. We're gonna do this in a proper order. But I enjoyed Sam's poem, responding to a poem she didn't like. It's awkward to talk about, but that's a foundation of a lot of good poetry. And I tried to give that a theory. The inverse muse, an alternative theory of inspiration. The poet begins, since poems were made, by invoking the muses. Well, that's fine. That's nice. The muses are busy. They have full voicemails and calendars, and sometimes, even when they deign to speak with you directly, they are intimidating and unclear. Thunder is both music and instruction, but is usually just taken as a noise. Even the friendly minor gods are still gods, inscrutable, doing things mostly for their own satisfaction. We must turn our eyes to the ground. We must turn to our inverse muse. On stage, there is someone trying their best to give the weather report in their head, but always later wrong, just like the real weatherman. Always missing the rain cloud and leaving everyone drenched. You saw the rain cloud. You're baffled by the person on stage who was 10% of the way there before changing their mind. You have found your inverse muse. You will see in them an accountant's thorough ledger of the things you never want to do. You will learn what you value by its apparent lack. When you reach instinctively to correct your inverse muse's posture, you will feel your own backbone strengthen and, oddly, grow. In the spirit of negation, I must name two things the inverse muse is not. The inverse muse is not a pupil for you to instruct. This is not My Fair Lady. For God's sake, don't tell them. They are probably perfectly happy to be who they are. You must learn from them without changing them. Nor is the inverse muse a nemesis, a stalking horse that the more spiteful among us need to race against. You must never lower yourself by hating your inverse muse or rejoicing in what you see as their struggles. After all, I believe that Gallant loved Goofus like a brother and would have challenged us all, pistols at dawn, if he knew why we were laughing. So, fun to dust that one off. It had been a while. Another one that's been a while since, one I like a lot. I haven't taken the hiking trail less than 1,000 feet from me in quite some time. I took to the isolation of COVID like a duck to a saucepan in a honey glaze. But like riding, dog sitting occasionally turns old hobbies into duties that I must fulfill. The two dogs led me down a canyon in Rim Road. It looked like I was trespassing in a painting, but I never lost myself fully in nature. I always had in my sight line, fixed like a compass, the pickleball court of the obnoxious house to the right of my clients. Civilization, if that's what you want to call it, is winning. If that's what you want to call it. The calmer and larger of the two dogs stays below in the wilded half of the two-tiered backyard, contemplating peacefully as we and the more rambunctious dog continue climbing to the house. As I touch the back door, my phone starts playing a podcast about professional wrestling, embarrassing me in front of my amicable ex. Why am I embarrassed? She's seen everything and still wants to be friends. What's left for me to do? I want the willful composure of the dogs. I swear to you, I used to have it. So, and here's something we're taking out in public for the first time, so new shit chance. What if I liked the wrong impressions better? Someone I never saw again told me they loved how positive I always was. A confusing thing to say to someone in a depressive episode. I felt sinister in how unpositive I was. I didn't feel hidden. I think other people knew the score. But the value of honesty is situational, so I said thank you and took another pull from my Dr. Pepper bottle full of whiskey. The false impressions of me, they all exist. They're all real. Which ones can I kill? And which ones can I become? And, yeah, for the cover piece, doing it a little different because I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty intrigued by our theater event on Thursday. I really want to see how that turns out. And so I pulled out a very quick soliloquy. Not a soliloquy, just a pretty short monologue from The Real Thing by Tom Stoppard. Shut up and listen. This thing here, which looks like a wooden club, is actually several pieces of particular wood cunningly put together in a certain way so that the whole thing is sprung like a dance floor. It's for hitting cricket balls with. If you get it right, the cricket ball will travel 200 yards in 4 seconds, and all you've done is give it a knock, like knocking the top off a bottle of stout. And it makes a noise like a trout taking a fly. What we're trying to do is to write cricket bats, so that when we throw up an idea and give it a little knock, it might travel. Now what we've got here is a lump of wood, roughly the same shape, trying to be a cricket bat. And if you hit a ball with it, the ball will travel about 10 feet, and you will drop the bat and dance about shouting, "Ouch!" with your hands stuck into your armpits. This isn't better because someone says it's better, or because there's a conspiracy by the MCC to keep cudgels off the field. It's better because it's better. You don't believe me, so I suggest you go out to bat with this. See how you get on. Oh, you're a strange boy, Billy. How old are you? Oh, 20, but I've lived much more than you'll ever live. Ooh, ouch! So yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at KitRenaway, and that's where you can keep a field of tumble words and its different workshops. It'll be it'll be Robin Schofield at the helm this Saturday with Boiling Up, and then some more. I'll rewatch this and write it down. Her workshop about hot weather. That's something that even our Canadian friends can join in this year. It's quite hot up there from what they were telling me. And then July 25th will be Lee Martinez Soto with Running on Vibes and Denial. Aren't we all? So it'll be lovely to have them back and talking to us. Pulling up, riding through heat and drought. Thank you, Robin. So that's July 18th. Lee Martinez Soto, July 25th. I'll have to helm August 1st. It'll be a dress rehearsal for the poetry games I'll be doing with Finn Bell and her outfit later in August, called the Grand Ballroom Theory of Literature is what I'm calling it. So we'll be talking about that August 1st, and again at a date yet to be determined at a different venue. And I will be hosting Old Sheepdog Brewery July the 30th. Always a great time. I don't know, something very funny happened last time where someone was quite rude and like every performer angled against them and like denounced them on stage from the mic. It's really quite heartening. One of those moments of doing community instead of saying community. I love that. I love y'all. All right. We'll hand it back to Richie. Thank you all very much.
All right. Thank you, Kit. And looking at the list here, we have someone who we get to see every now and then. It's been a little while, but we got joining us is just Joe. Las Cruces. Joe, so when you are ready, go ahead and take it away. Stage is yours.
Howdy. Yes, I get here, it seems, a few times a year. So I'm glad you guys are still here. I have a couple of weird poems, and then I'm going to finish with Dorianne Lowe, who's going to win because she's better. I don't write a lot of slam poems. This kind of is. This one's kind of acquired a few titles that I've titled it Red Light District. And yeah, it's kind of I don't know, it's taken over its own kind of space, I think. Anyway, it's a dark poem for me, but it came out as a kind of a slam poem. I was wrong about my hands. There's always more to hate. Lemmings, like the instinct to breathe. I'm sick of these dizzying dates. After years in addiction, one finds there are things which look like pornography. Stoplights look like porn, except for yellow, in which there is too much of a panic. Pornography, if we're listening, always tells us to stop and go. Beer bottles look like porn, but wine doesn't. Wine waits, unless it's very cheap. Billboards, magazine ads, and movie marquees don't wait either. You'd think that the red light wouldn't be like porn because it makes you wait, but even railroad crossings tease with open pavement just on the other side. Smashing bugs is kind of like porn with a deadly sense of expectation. Colored sugar packets at restaurants because some idiot thought if we didn't add color, we'd all just forget about sugar. Shopping at Circuit City, fast foods, soda straws, fires are kind of like porn. The news is a lot like porn with flashing alerts over every picture. Neckties, low ceilings, real estate agents, cereal boxes, guns. But ironically, not squirt guns. Ironically, not Jell-O. Ceramic cartoon characters, some churches remind me of porn. Airplanes with their crammed metal tubes, but they give you a good ride, except when things go wrong. And then they go very, very wrong. And casinos do, but that's obvious. The white smoke of burning rubber and the smell of it. Sometimes intricate shoe displays look like porn. Cell phone towers, people with microphones. Toe rings and bowling alleys do, but driving under bridges doesn't. Ironically, dogs wearing clothes look a lot like porn. Sunglasses do when you're wearing them anywhere except over your eyes. Toy store looks like a porno university. If you live in Utah long enough, the Mormon missionaries on bicycles start to look like porn. Just about every window, even scary ones, the way a dark room with a television changes color, false eyelashes, popcorn at the theater, anything cordless, anything that works at the touch of a button. I was wrong about my hands. There's always more to hate. Okay. This next one is definitely a tonal shift here. This one's called Crystal, and this one is going to get outdone by Dorian Lowe. They were kind of both writing in the same way. So she'll get the last word and I'll give it a shot. This is called Crystal. When you're alone and you hear gunshots in the distance, it's the same as the words you hear at work, same as the traffic lights, and why you arrive an hour early. So the voices start out very far away and then a little closer. Maybe one or two who are close enough to say hello, but they don't, because they're here early for the same reason. You hear footsteps, the sound of coffee. You hear the copier. The air is crisp. It hasn't wilted under the automated tumults of professional jargon. I didn't know that I was in love. And one day when I was sitting next to her, she was so careful she would touch me before she spoke, like she was inventing sign language in a crowded room, and we were the only ones awake to hear the gunshots, like the traffic lights were patiently saying, we should kiss. And with each whisper, I could see her breath. Okay, and this is called Fast Gas by Dorian Lowe, who is also writing about kind of like finding love. This is dedicated, I think, to her husband, Richard. Before the days of self-service, when you never had to pump your own gas, I was the one who did it for you, the girl who stepped out at the sound of a bell, with a blue rag in my hand, my hair pulled back in a straight, unlovely ponytail. This was before automated shutoffs and vapor seals. And once, while filling a tank, I hit a bubble of trapped air and the gas backed up, came arcing out in a bright gold wave and soaked me, face, breasts, belly, legs. And I had to hurry back to the booth, the small employee bathroom with the one with the broken lock, to change my uniform, peel the gas-soaked cloth from my skin, and wash myself in the sink. Lightheaded, scrubbed raw, I felt pure and amazed the way the amber gas glazed my flesh, the searing subterranean pain of it, how my skin shimmered and ached, glowed like rainbow oil on the pavement. I was 20. In a few weeks, I would fall for the first time in love, that man waiting patiently in my future, like a red leaf on the sidewalk, the kind of beauty that asks to be noticed. How was I to know that it would begin this way, every cell of my body burning with a dangerous beauty, the air around me, a nimbus of light that would carry me through the days? How, when he found me weeks later, he would find me like that, an ordinary woman who could rise in flame. All he would have to do is come close and touch me.
All right. Awesome set. I know you wrote in the sign up ether, but do you have any sites, places where people can see your work online to support your work?
Not yet, no.
Okay, cool. Appreciate it. Well, we have at least this. You can direct people this way to this channel. You can just save the link and hey, and then you can even timestamp it so people can check out your work. Thank you, Joe.
All right.
It's just Joe, everyone. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. We got a couple more people signed up, but again, if you're tuning in on YouTube and you've ever thought about performing, maybe now is the chance. There is a link to sign up in the description of this video. We have 3 more people signed up. So like I said, if you want to try it, now would be the time. Again, this is live Monday night, July 13th. But yeah, if not, we're here every Monday. You can check out any of our social media where we can find a link, including our link tree. And our link tree is probably the best way to get the sign up sheet. You can subscribe to it. And as soon as I put out a new sign-up sheet for the week, then I send out a notification. It's usually the best way to get it out to people. So if that's something you'd be interested in, just check it out. Social media, Linktree. But we're going to go ahead and go to Frankfurt, Germany. We got some music. We have Luis Gamberos in the house, going to be sharing some of the sweet tunes he's been working on. So Luis, when you're ready, we'll switch over to you. Hello, hello.
Hey, Richie.
Hey.
I'm gonna sing a song by Greg Mendez and Wilco. Will 'cause I've got my mama's smile, but not her holy tongue. I couldn't taste the blood, so you make the same mistakes commanded from above. Where I've got my father's hands, but not his gentle love. I never wanted much. Dun 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 Jesus, don't cry. You can rely on me, honey. You can combine anything you want. I'll be around. You were right about the stars. Each one is a setting sun. Tall buildings shake, voices escape, singing sad, sad songs. Two chords strung down your cheeks, bitter melodies turning your orbit around. Don't cry. You can rely on me, honey. You can come by anytime you want. I'll be around. You were right about the stars. Each one is a setting sun. Tall buildings shake, voices escape, singing sad, sad songs. Two chords strung down your cheeks, bitter melodies turning your orbit around. Voices wide, skyscrapers are scraping together. Your voice is smoking last cigarettes, all you can get, turning your orbit around. Our love, our love, our love is all we have. Our love is all of God's money. Everyone is a burning sun. Tall buildings shake, voices escape, singing sad, sad songs. Two chords strung down your cheeks, bitter melodies turning your orbit around. Voices wide, skyscrapers are scraping together. Your voice is smoking last cigarettes, all you can get, turning your orbit around. Last cigarettes, all you can get, turning your orbit around.
Thank you very much. My name is Luis Camberos. You can catch some of my draft music that I'm putting out as an album on SoundCloud, and then I'm putting like little snippets on Instagram, and then ultimately it's gonna go to Bandcamp. But I have 4 songs done. Gonna work on number 5 tonight. But yeah, Richie, hey man, thanks for hosting. You're awesome, man.
All right. Yeah, appreciate it. Luis, everyone. Always a treat having you stop by, even though you're in a way different part of the world and time zone. And as many of us are getting sleepy and ready for bed, you are getting ready to start your day for the most part, or up earlier than most of us would ever be. Thank you, Luis. Oh, I forgot to forgot to go back to the video. My bad. I was just talking in video on video to myself, I guess, or everyone here on the Zoom call. Again, shout out to everyone who also tunes in. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to Melina as well. Ed, what's up? We got Ben earlier in the chat. Hey Ben, what's going on? If you're still here, but we're gonna go ahead and come back to the States, and we're gonna start in Washington D.C. We've got some jokes and some poems. If you know them, you know them. It's time for Ed Poetastic. Ed, when you're ready, the stage is yours.
Thank you, my brother. Like no other words like thunder. Hey, how's everyone? I'm sorry. My name is Ed Potastic of Thunder Fantastic. Please give me the time so you can join my rhyme for all you feel sublime. Thank you for giving me the time. I got, I think, 16 jokes, and I got 3 poems. Are you ready, kid?
Let's hear them.
Yeah. These are Looney Tunes jokes. What did Bugs Bunny say after beaming aboard the Enterprise?
What a situation he's found himself in. I don't know. What did Bugs Bunny say after boarding the Enterprise?
What's up, Spock? What Looney Tunes character is not well liked by the Pope?
Not well liked by the Pope?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Huh. I don't know. What Looney Tunes character has fallen afoul of Pope Leo?
The Tasmanian Devil. That.
Why for you bury me in cold, cold ground?
What do you call a rabbit with fleas?
A rabbit with fleas?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What do you call that?
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs
What is Elmer Fudd's favorite full moon?
His favorite full moon?
Mm-hmm.
Well, naturally that would be the hunter's moon.
Ah, good job. Someone's really hunting for rabbits. Ha! Nice.
All right, Nimrod.
Why didn't Porky Pig play on the Space Jam basketball team?
Why didn't Porky? For what reason did Porky Pig not play on the Space Jam team?
Because he hogged the ball.
Oh. But he's got such a great stutter step.
He sure does. I mean, that's all, folks. Where does Bugs Bunny park his boat?
Huh, I don't know. Where does Bugs Bunny park his boat?
At the What's Up dock.
Oof.
Oh, I got more where that come from.
Oh, dear.
How does Bugs Bunny travel?
Well, he travels like a mole for some reason because none of the animators had ever seen a rabbit. But for the purpose of this joke, how does Bugs Bunny travel?
By airplane.
Ah, I see.
What do Warner Brothers do with their discontinued animated characters?
I don't know. What do the Warner Brothers do with their discontinued characters?
They put them in the loony bin.
Oh, that's where Bosco and Honey went. Oh, terrible.
What do you call a musical Looney Tunes character?
I don't know. What do you call a musical Looney Tunes character?
The Tasmanian treble.
Yeah. All right, that you got me with that one. That was
How would Bugs Bunny parents describe his teen years?
Oh, oh, there's one where he's there's one where he's like giving an interview about his teen years. It's a funny one. But for the purpose of this joke, how would Bugs Bunny's parents describe his teen years?
It was a hair raising experience.
Oh, I bet it was.
Did you hear Bugs Bunny is in the new Transformers movie?
I didn't hear that. No. What a get for them.
He,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, you go first.
Well, I was just trying to set you up, and I don't know how I was going to do that anymore.
I'm sorry.
So,
He plays Optimus Prime.
oh, okay, okay. All right.
How can you tell Bugs Bunny is getting old?
Oh, that's sad to think about. Uh, how can you tell that Bugs is getting a little old?
Just look for the gray hairs.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that does do it, huh?
Where does Porky Pig get his dirty car cleaned?
I don't know. Where does Porky Pig get his dirty car cleaned?
At the hot wash. Whoa, at the hot wash, yeah. Woohoo, woohoo. Oh, I'm loving it. Which Looney Tunes character is mostly likely to get a ticket for a moving violation?
Which Looney Tunes character is most likely to get a ticket for a moving violation? Let's see. I mean, I hate speeders, so I'm going to say the Roadrunner.
Oh, you've got one more. You love him. I'm sorry. He goes he goes really, really fast.
Huh.
He has a sombrero, and
Oh, of course.
Speedy Gonzales.
yeah.
Speedy Gonzales knows my sister.
Did my sister. Speedy Gonzales date everybody's sister.
What did Porky Pig say when he went to the beach and forgot his sunblock?
Oh, whatever it is, he's still saying it. What did Porky say when he found out he forgot his sunblock?
I'm bacon.
And salt pork.
What do Looney Tunes characters put on toast?
What do Looney Tunes characters put on toast?
Yes.
I don't know. What do they put on toast?
Space Jam. That's all, folks. Until next week. Thank you so much, Kit, for being a smashing hit. Thank you.
Cheers, Ed.
Cheers. Oh, cheers. I'm sorry. Ooh. I'm sorry, I'm a little wide awake. Let's do this. Okay, my first poem is called A Bowl of Purpose. I used to work for a nonprofit, a time I can't forget to check. Grow vegetables for the needy, giving away so freely. Why am I talking about this? Everything you do is a kiss. You write your inner tales to cast your literary spells. You go to work each day to make sure everything is okay. You get up every morning to lower someone's morning. Everything is a domino effect. Don't neglect, but simply reflect. If you didn't do what you do, then the sunshine wouldn't poke through. I know it doesn't feel like you did nothing, but dirt can create or shape something. Not trying to say you're dirt is not to hurt, is not to alert, but you're the bowl of desserts. Your skills are being make your skills of being make someone's day. Be sunlight or clay to shoot away the gray. Thank you. And the other one's called Joyride. My tires hug the concrete, sometimes being discreet. Both hands on the wheel, the pedals on my heels. The wind through our hair with a mind full of I don't cares. I'm just expressing my freedom, minus tons of unbearable criticism. Driving or flying across the land, while the stress turns to drop sand. The bright sun smiling up high. I feel like I can touch the blue sky. I can keep up with the bumblebees, while my stereo sings like a canary. I wish everyone could experience this instead of eating an empty dish. I wish everyone could be free instead of experiencing tragedies. I wish everyone could be themselves instead of clothes like books on the shelves. I wish everyone could be healthy instead of fueling the bellies of the wealthy. I wish everyone could know peace instead of a release by an iron piece. I wish everyone could freely travel instead of tasting gravel, feeling so fragile. I wish everyone could be happy instead of crappy, feeling less than shabby. I wish everyone could be open-minded instead of being blinded by being single-minded. I wish everyone could have a heart instead of screaming darks smell like farts. I wish every dream could be true instead of pink glue on the bottom of your shoe. I wish everyone could work together instead of being storms in the weather. I wish everyone could love life instead of pleasing their appetite with a knife. I wish. This isn't about me. Find your own type of free venturing in life's sea. Thank you. And my final one is Ode. Let's celebrate you for everything you do. Thank you very much. It's okay to bleed blush. Why are you thanking me? You're the ode to my poetry. I personally don't know you, but I'm not sadly blue. I don't know your name. Yes, but I'm not ashamed. Do you know the rain that washed away the pain? Do you know the sun who is the pinnacle of fun? Do you know the earth never stopped giving birth? Do you know the wind that tickles your chin? Do you know the sea that's balanced and free? Do you know the seeds that grows for your needs? Do you know the stars shooting near and far? Do you know your house or that pesky little mouse? I'm trying to prove a point. I don't have a PowerPoint. You know what I mean? Please be more green. I'm just showing you love as the skies rain down above. I know it sounds strange, but I'm not deranged. I'm not high on weed or blinded by greed. I'm not selling you anything because love or nothing. Don't be too judgmental. It's about heart, not mental. I'm showing my appreciation. You're a perfect model of creation. You're not perfect, but you try. You're a lovely woman or guy. Thank you.
All right, Ed with the joking poem 1-2 punch. As always, where can the fine people support your work online?
Well, the fine people can support my work online while coming to this wonderful open mic that makes our light into such a light in the wonderful, fantastic spotlight. All right. But if you want to follow me, feel free. My Facebook is Eddie Foreman. And I'll be there at each open mic to make everyone's night a delight or some cup of insight. But never, ever, ever, but always remember that you're more important than you ever know. Don't stop your glow and never stop your flow. If you don't know, now you know. I love this show. And remember, life's not a contest, so keep on doing your best.
Oh yeah, thank you, Ed. Appreciate it.
You're
I'm gonna go ahead and
welcome.
switch spotlight there, and I think our next performer is juggling around with his Wi-Fi because he's coming in and out of the room. It's like a child running in and out of the house. Dad, stay in the house. All right, here he is again. Let's see if this one will last. He might need a setup as well. I'm not too sure. Dan, you here? Let's see if this one sticks here. All right, Dan. What up, Dan? You ready? I see him, but I don't hear him. Dan the man.
Okay, you got me?
I don't know, man. You got yourself? You ready?
Yeah. Give me a sec. Hang on. Well, yeah, you may know, yeah, it's someplace to comb. Yeah, it's someplace to roam. Yeah, so, well, I'm already home. Yeah, there's no foam about it. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, I just got home late last night. Man, I wasn't hell. Yeah, as you see the stormy night, it was all a fright. Yeah, it was like a hell of a weather in sight. Yeah, yeah, I was on the way. Yeah, I was on the way home, but but at least I managed to capture Q connected to Loudwire Nights, and yeah, even though you can still get that on the mobile app, and that's in sight. Yeah, that's what it's like. Yeah. Man, it's been a long, almost more than a week. Yeah. Well, at least I had a good time. So, yeah, talk about let's say I don't know, got like 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 7 days. Well, 8 by my count. Well, yeah, gonna count the days, and it always is just like a play ways. And yeah, I know the World Cup takes place in the Dallas area. I know there's Atlanta, there was Philadelphia, there was Denver, LA, and the New Jersey area. Well, part of it, I think. Yeah. And yeah, Seattle. So yeah, everything's unbelievable. Well, I know will and tomorrow will be the last and final game in Dallas. It doesn't have. It's just no lame. It's just only playing for fame, but fame and glory. Well, minus fame. Well, it's not so lame. It's always the World FIFA World Cup 2026. Remember the name. Yeah. Yeah, but it was very nice. So. Yeah, so it's very nice. But USA, how come they haven't won a single cup? That's effed up. What the? Yeah, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I can't believe. But what really doesn't make also any sense? It's always the hint why Brazil got most of the World Cup wins. Damn. That we're in the wind. Yep. So many dark winds. Always like saying the wind. Hmm. Oh well. It's been a crazy week. So yeah, tomorrow who's facing up? Viva la France. Viva la España. And let's wait with Argentina and Long Live the Queen to the Royal British of England. Oh well, let's wait and see. Here goes nothing. Only the final fours. France, Spain, Argentina, England. I should have called it the UK, if you know what I mean. Well, yeah. Probably, I don't know if the UK or England's connected. Well, yeah, they are the same. What is it, the UK or England? I don't know.
England is
Well,
part of the
only.
UK.
I'm sorry?
England is part of the UK.
Okay, thanks, Michael. All right. And yeah, so so 2 of the 4 will move on to the finals, and only one takes home the gold. Let's wait and see. The world gold. No wonder it's so bold. Okay. All right. Well, it's good to be home again. That's so nice. Oh, it's so nice. The Cowboy Stadium transferred to the FIFA Stadium in Dallas. Well, Arlington. Okay, well, that's a beautiful FIFA World Cup in sight. And looks like we're in for a long fight. Well, Final Four. Yeah, Final Four. Okay, Richie, let's go ahead and call it a night.
All right, and thanks for the stream of consciousness there on the World Cup. I want to remind, if people are still viewing or checking this out later, you can check out our calendar, our full calendar for weekly, monthly, recurring events at BWOMS.com. We go to our website, our calendar will pop up, a bunch of other things, including volunteer opportunities. Since we have a little extra time, I'm going to read a couple pieces. I might as well. And this one is based off of one of my favorite books of all time that I discovered in the 4th grade, and it just kind of opened the whole world of reading for me. It's called There and Back Again. When I was in the 4th grade, I carefully unearthed a brick from the castle of knowledge. Drawn in by a faded cover, yellowed pages, and funny-looking symbols, I was left with the lingering question, what the hell is a hobbit? It only took the turn of a page. I would stare at a map of Middle-earth for hours, dreaming, finger pressed into the Shire, drifting east, traced rivers, mountain tops, and dragon's wings. How can a mountain be lonely? I didn't realize it then, but I was learning a new kind of language. No, not English, Elvish, Entish, Kuzdul, or the black speech of anything cruel, but the first notes of wonder finding its breath. I fell for the deep forest that spoke in rhythms of past ages, for friendships carried across impossible miles, for the kind of courage that fits in small hands, and somewhere between the Shire and the last page of places and people and things, forged to life from the magic of music. I followed the brandy wine like a song, crossed the misty mountains on held breath, lingered in Rivendell where every word feels tuned. I was learning a world sung into being, a great music shaped by many voices, where even discord is taken up and transformed, where every place has its own song and every road hums with memory, echoing and waking songs and low fireside hymns and voices that rise when hope wears thin. I learned courage there in small things, in second breakfasts, in stealth and bravery, in a hobbit carrying everything step after step, holding the note. I kept on turning pages. I have seen what is possible. I have walked through shadow and still believed in song. I have loved something vast enough to change the way I see everything, that even the smallest love can carry us all the way home. There and Back Again. That is my Hobbit-inspired poem. I fell in love with adventure with that book, and the whole world is created by music. It's music, and so is the book. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for tuning in, everyone who performed, everyone in the live chat. If you guys are tuning in at some point during the week, show some love in the video. The more you interact with it, the more it gets pushed out to more people. So don't forget to push the like button. If you haven't done so, subscribe. Leave a comment or two. Have conversations. It helps us all. And of course, there's always links in the description of the video for future signups, for our website, for merchandise, for ways to donate. It's all there. Hopefully we see you guys at any of our online in-person mics that we have throughout the week and throughout the month. Otherwise, for the online open